This is going to be a very quick summary of the cell organelles to kind of give you a quick rundown of some of the components found in cells. You're welcome to look in the description for the slides. You can print those out or look at them independently, or simply pause the video if it goes too fast. So looking at kind of what's going on in the cell, this is just kind of a rendition of some of the components. I do want to point out is kind of this phospholipid bilayer being important, kind of that separation factor between the interior component of the cell and the exterior component. Keep in mind, while this does wrap around the entire cell, these large kind of globs here are cell membrane proteins. Some pass all the way through, some located only on the surface, some located only on the interior. So just a couple little things that you may not recognize on a quick look. Some of the other organelles like the mitochondria, the rough and smooth ER, the Golgi, might be more recognizable. Now that quick general summary, as I promised I would provide, we have some microvilli, which really aren't shown too much in any of these slideshows, but they're kind of that extensive folding of the cell membrane, allow for cells to have a great absorption capacity. They really help increase the surface area for absorption. That membrane, that phospholipid bilayer that I mentioned, acts as a barrier, allowing cells to regulate what comes in and out. Centrioles are bundles of microtubules, and they're very important for cell division, the mitosis process. Lysosomes, peroxisomes, for example, are vesicles that have a bilayer, and they're very important to contain enzymes for the breakdown process, helping things secreted by the cell potentially to digest things. The mitochondria, double-walled organelle, produces most of the cell's ATP. It's adenosine triphosphate, and that's the energy currency of the cell, despite many people saying it's just simply the powerhouse of the cell. We have ribosomes, and they're a specialized protein that translates messenger RNA into polypeptides. They're responsible for the synthesis or creation of proteins. Rough and smooth ER, or endoplasmic reticulums, are responsible, again, those rough contain those ribosomes to produce proteins, and those smooth ER are more responsible for synthesizing fatty acids and lipids. Golgi Apparatus modifies and packages proteins, especially those that are going to be excreted out of the cell. Microtubules and microfilaments, they're part of the cell cytoskeleton, and they're important for transportation within the cell, also important for the mitosis process. The nucleus, and inside that the nucleolus, those are vital components of containing the main DNA of the cell. And remember that nucleolus contains a lot of the RNA, which is the ribosomal RNA. This is just kind of a quick run through so you can kind of make sure that you understand the basic characteristics and functions of various cell organelles.